Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. Me and Miss Candy are just making our stroll up to the barn, ain't we, Candy? Come on, let's go. Come on. Candy. So, she's gotten much better most days about me coming and catching her. But, according to the milk supply, we won't be doing this much longer. So I share with her calf. I kind of get whatever's left. And that calf's going on 3 months old, maybe a little older. What? You don't like me talking to this thing? Come on, let's go. Come on. Candy boo boo, come on. Come on, here we go, come on. Here we go. And so, most days I'm still getting almost a gallon, but there are days now that I'm only getting a half a gallon. And there comes a point where I just let the calf have it all, and if I need milk, I'll put the baby up. Works out good for everybody, because that usually happens when things start getting busy in the garden. Ain't that right, Candy? Come on, let's go. So anyways, y'all come spend some time with us today. I'm hoping to make me some strawberry jam after we get us some more strawberries picked here in just a little bit. Why do you keep stopping? Come on. And we'll see what else we can figure out we're gonna do.
Give everything a fresh re-till, just knocked off the surface and tilled under what little bit of weeds and stuff had already been germinating. I didn't really till very deep. I always forget how much I like these horse tillers until I go back to using it again. The newer models have safety switches up there on them, so you couldn't turn them loose like I just did. Which is probably a good thing. But anyways, yeah, so today we're going to be planting the rest of our tomatoes. I think we're going to make a row right across here for those. I'm going to probably put a couple more, maybe 2 or 3 more rows of sweet corn in. And I may go ahead and plant me some purple hull peas today. That's why I went ahead and tilled over more this way. And I think after we do all that, that's going to leave just enough room that I can put in some okra. But it's not near hot enough here yet for okra, so that'll be a little bit later. And somewhere I'm going to have to put some sweet potatoes. I haven't decided where we're going to grow our sweet potatoes yet. Most likely across the creek, but I don't know. But anyways, y'all saw me dig up those sunflowers. I'm going to go transplant those into some pots until we figure out where we want to put them. And then we'll get to gardening. So the tomatoes we're going to be planting today are the ones we got left over from the other day you watched. We got brandywines, we got black crims, we've got red snappers, and these are some celebrities that we picked up. We got those from a little farm store where y'all heard us mention Jacob had a little concert the other day. Well, at that place where the concert was held, they had a little farm store there. Really nice little setup, but they also had tomato plants, and I couldn't resist. $2.50 for a 4-pack of tomatoes. I don't have no celebrities started. It's been years since we grew celebrities, so I couldn't resist. I bought another pack of tomatoes. I believe these are indeterminates. Determinants. Yeah, determinate. And then I know the red snappers are determinants. These are indeterminates. I do not recommend planting determinants and indeterminates in the same row because the indeterminates are just going to get tall and the determinants are going to stay down lower. However we're going to do that, it's not going to hurt a thing, and this is the room I have to plant them. But there's something else on today's list. Oh, there's a little. Let me tell y'all something. These things have been doing amazing. Anyways, let's put some tomato plants in the ground. I am actually going to use my new shovels. It's funny, we showed them in the video the other day, and then we ended up not planting anything with them. We didn't need them. I believe I'll lay them out first, just to make sure I get the spacing even on everything. See, we'll do the red snappers next. That's 2 there. See if I can rip them apart. Oh yeah. Some ways, I feel like there's a whole lot we need to get done today because, believe it or not, I know we keep saying it, but we actually have a decent chance of rain in the forecast. This one really looks promising. I believe that's enough. I'm just going to set these 2 to the side. We'll find somewhere else to put them. Got a whole row.
Alright.
So right there, those down are indeterminate. And then these right here are going to be, those down are determinants. These down through here are going to be indeterminate.
Figured out what we're going to do yet?
No. I haven't.
I'm serious when I said just let them fall.
Yeah, but it'll take up too much room in the garden. That's what I don't like about it. You want a rake?
Sure.
That's the good thing about planting these tomatoes in them leaves, because you can dig down to the true dirt
Yeah.
and bury the tomato plant. With that many leaves, we won't have to be in a hurry about mulching.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, the ones you're putting in right now is the black green.
Okay. I at least get one this year.
One tomato? Yeah, I know. Well, you got plenty of brandywines. You ought to get at least one of them. We got way more of them than probably what we need. So there's that line of tomatoes.
Got a whole row.
A whole row. And 2 extra.
And a pile over there.
And a pile over there. So if you don't have enough tomatoes this time,
Something wrong, ain't it?
something wrong, that's right. If we have a bad year like we did last year.
Yeah.
Look up in here. What are you doing? Are you the strawberry eater? I told you I think the cats has been eating on them strawberries.
I thought maybe he was in there hunting something.
I doubt it. Milo ain't hunting nothing. Hunting something to eat.
Yeah, probably.
So, I think, you tell me what you think now, but I'm thinking I'm gonna pull off of them about 4 foot, well, the length of my hoe handle. I need to go get my hoe, matter of fact, but pull off of them the length of that hoe handle, and I'll do 3 more 36-inch rows of corn there, and then we'll put in our purple hull peas here. I'm thinking 2 rows of those, and the rest of the room to be right there in the middle for okra or whatever else we plant later in the season.
I think that sounds good.
And then that should work out for our rotation, because we'll have another crop of corn coming on. We'll once the cabbage comes out, I think I'll put sweet corn in up there. I need to go get my seeder ready. Oh, I got to fertilize these things. Since we got rain coming, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the fertilizer by them too.
Okay.
And the gypsum. About forgot about that.
He's been up in
So right here, I have the pelletized gypsum, granular gypsum, whatever you want to call it. We buy that at Lowe's by 40-pound bag, I believe it is. And then this is the fertilizer I use on my tomatoes. I've been using this now for a couple of years, maybe even 4 or 5 years. And I've always had great luck with that fertilizer. I'm definitely not sponsored by them or anything like that, but that's just what we use. As a matter of fact, I have some organic fertilizer that I got from Hoss that I'll be using at some point in time. I hadn't got that far yet. Anyways, I'm gonna throw me some handfuls out by this stuff here, and then at some point today, I'll do the raised bed garden too. And I should be ready for that rain to come in. When it comes to this gypsum, I put a lot out. Like, I go pretty heavy with it around that plant. It's definitely got to be watered in or rained in, one or the other. And this, some people may disagree with me, but this right here has completely worked for stopping blossom end rot for us since we started using it.
I was thinking, me and Maggie you gonna help me pick strawberries?
Yeah.
May pick some strawberries while you do the seeds.
Okay. And then for the fertilizer, since this is an organic fertilizer, I go pretty heavy with it too. And boy, does it smell. And I throw me 2 good handfuls down by each side. And I have never, since raising tomatoes, especially out here in this garden, I mean, we've got this soil right here built up pretty good. But this right here will be the only time I have to apply fertilizer to them, unless something's different about this year than it's been in the past. You can pretty much keep an eye on things and tell whether they need feeding or not. But I go heavy with it, because the numbers on this fertilizer here is only a 3, 4, 6. So, you know, it's not a very strong fertilizer where it's organic. Now, am I trying to say I'm pushing organic stuff? No. Do it however you want to do it. I mean, throwing down some 10-10-10 beside them would still grow you a tomato plant. But in this particular garden right here, not all of them, but in this one and in my raised beds, when I can, I use organic fertilizer. So I need to go get my hoe and measure off of this and move my string, and we'll go ahead and get the corn started and putting the seeds and all in the ground.
Not gonna use the hoe?
No, this go around I'm gonna use the earth hoe.
It's okay. That'll be fine. We'll use it for our
I know how, I've pushed it before. I know how it does.
We're gonna measure these now at 36 inches. Come on. Hold on. We're going from there to there. Right there. So I kind of do the same thing. Alright. Now walk right next to where this row is so you ain't walking where we're going to put the seeds.
I'm always buying in the back.
There it is. Look, Jacob, it didn't even take all them seeds.
We're done?
So that was the devotion sweet corn that we just planted. There. We got 3 rows of it on 36-inch rows. And out of 2 seed packets of 150 seeds, there's still a little bit left. This was a new variety for us starting last year, and we really liked it. And of course, it come from Hoss.
And somebody sent us it, and then I planted it, and then I really loved it, and now we're doing it again.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, we found out about this corn through one of y'all. And yeah, anyways, we liked it, so we're planting it again.
But that one. That looks good.
It always scares me. I'm like, did I plant enough?
Are you gonna try it? Or are you gonna put it in my bowl?
Well, I mean, still, also, it's crazy. Hopefully now in 80 days, we'll have some glorious sweet corn.
Pretty good.
Are you getting sweeter?
Oh, that one's rotten.
The one we missed?
That was a big purty one.
I know, I had all the big ones. I had really. Daddy.
You gonna steal that one from me?
So I got to go in and find the my purple hull seed peas. My purple hull seeds.
Seed peas.
Seed peas. That's kind of hard to say.
Well,
I'll be back.
I'm fixing to go in. I think we've about got enough to count what I got in the house.
Have you?
Is it good or not?
Good. What?
Oh boy, look what I found. Look at there.
That ain't big as my other one.
I don't care.
Good? Yeah, they are getting sweeter, most definitely. All right, sis. You gonna help me with my jelly?
Yeah.
Well, Jacob is out there fertilizing his garden with his mixture. Let me show you our first batch of sweet corn here. We got some really good looking plants in here, but at the same time, I mean, a lot of it's really far behind. I don't even know why that's doing that. I do see corn do that on occasion. Like, that plant will die. It's not going to do anything. But look at the mist spots we got. There's a corn plant. There's another one that's wilting and just kind of drying up to nothing. But then these did the same. I don't know why they done that. Then those look good. It's very, very spotty. Like, that was a good looking corn plant there, and it's wilting and dying like, I don't know what, it's not dry. I don't know what the deal is with that. But this is about the spottiest sweet corn patch we ever had. You know what? I bet I know what happened to it. We had a very light frost the other morning. And I bet you $1 some of that got frostbit. I guarantee that's what happened. You hear me, Megan? I bet these ones that's in here that's wilted, I bet they got frostbit the other morning. Because they're done old enough that frost would hurt them.
Daddy,
I hadn't even thought about that.
Daddy,
What?
there's a mohole where you planted my sunflowers at.
Is it?
Yeah.
What are we going to do with these bowls? Your cats need to get to work.
I've been tired of one of those days.
Did she? So, the first crop of sweet corn ain't looking very good. It's almost to the point that I could till it up and redo it. But I don't think I will at this point. If I was pressed for garden space, I would. But I'm not. So I'm not too sure what the contributing factors are to that. Number one, it was old seed that we've had left over for a few years now. Number two, it was dry. It never had a rain on it after we planted it. It's just been watered by water hose. And number three, like I said, it had a light frost on it the other day. So anyways, I guess it'll just make what it's going to make, and we will worry about that later.
Alright, well, y'all get to hang out with me while I make the first batch of strawberry jelly for the year. Now, strawberry jelly is our #1 jelly that everybody eats in this house. Andy and Maggie especially, that is their favorite. Now, they'll eat the others, but strawberry is definitely the most favorite. So, last year, I took a notion that I was going to try to make my strawberry jelly with no Sure Gel. Now, I know there are folks out there saying, duh, Megan, you can make it without Sure Gel. That's not how I was taught to make it, and I've always made it with Sure Gel. Not saying there's anything wrong with it or anything like that, but I wanted to see if I could make it without any kind of anything like that. I just wanted to use strawberries and sugar like they used to years and years and years ago. I just wanted to try it and see if I could do it. Well, y'all, I did it, and last year's strawberry jelly, or jam, I guess it's considered jam, was the best that I have ever made and ever eaten. It's just a tad, it's not quite as stiff as if you use Sure Gel, but that's fine. It was still, you would have to use a spoon to maybe put it on your biscuits, but it is fabulous. So, I'm going to get my strawberries rinsed off the rest of the way, get them chopped. I like to use my food processor to chop them up. I used to stand here with a potato masher. You can see old videos. Mash, mash, mash. Don't know why until last year that I was like, you know what? Why don't I just use my food processor? And actually it makes the texture of the berries in the jam better too. So that's what we're going to do. This poor old food processor right here gets put through the ringer, that's for sure. So I've got some strawberries that I picked a couple days ago and put in the refrigerator. So we're going to start with those and see if we need the fresh berries. So to make a really good jam, you want overripe strawberries. They make the sweetest jam. So I like to sometimes, well, I've done it both ways. I've let them sit in the fridge and I've used them fresh off the vine. I'm going to see how far this gets me, and we can use the fresh ones if we need to. So, let me put us some up here, sis.
I probably can't even reach them in the sink.
And so what I'll do, this is my 9-cup food processor. We will fill that plumb to the top, and then chop them up and see how much we have. Watch your fingers.
Why did I cut my finger off?
Don't do that.
Oh, gosh.
And look for them for bad spots, okay? But these little tiny, even if they're a little squishy, they make good jelly.
Perfect slice.
Strawberries your favorite, Aunt?
Yeah, I love strawberries. I have to admit, they're definitely gooder than blueberries.
What?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yep, loves blueberries. I don't think he likes strawberries.
He likes the blueberries and you like the strawberries.
Is there a little bit too big? Should I chop them in half?
Nope, that thing right there will chop them for us.
Yeah, you probably will.
What you worry about when you're making jelly is that they're not ripe enough, really.
I know.
So if they're too much white on them, don't even cut them and put them in there. But these that are like really ripe, it's perfect. And strawberry jelly is just like anything else. I try to make it while the getting's good. So this is probably something for the next
Does this look good?
month.
Oh, does this
I hope
look
they
good?
last another month.
Does this look good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
I'll be doing this. Jelly and jams make excellent gifts. Make excellent. A tradition here is if somebody passes away or has a baby, anything like that. We try to fix them a little care package or fix them some food. And a lot of times, what I like to do is fix a little care basket because most time people have a ton of food, and I like to put some of my homemade jellies in that along with some other things that are usable not just in the next few days. You know what I'm saying? So something they can enjoy for a while. Sometimes I'll do a jar of pickles. So I do like to make excess jams and jellies for reasons like that. I always like to have extra on hand so I can have some to give away.
There's the pea seeds we're going to be planting. Mississippi pink eye purple hull. Oh no, these are Mississippi purple hulls. I'm sorry. Mississippi pink eye purple hulls are a different variety. I've actually got some of those too. Honestly, I thought that's the ones I grabbed, but I didn't, and that's okay. I like both. These were packed for 2024, so hopefully they still do good. I've never opened them. I bought several pounds of these back in 2024 because I had intentions of planting a very big pea patch and was going to sell some of them. And just kind of like this year in 2024, we had a decent drought in the springtime, and so I never did plant them because I didn't have a way to irrigate where I was going to plant the peas. But anyways, that's what we're going to plant out here. I'm going to plant me 2 rows of these in this garden, and these will be just for our personal use. You probably already noticed that I am using the Earthway planter this time. I need to change out the plate. I still got the corn plate in it. Didn't realize, I thought I changed that a while ago. But anyways, in my opinion, if you're on a budget and you need a good push planter, that's the way to go. This probably don't surprise y'all, but I actually have 3 of these because this one I bought new back when I was like a teenager. But then I have 2 more that I've since acquired from yard sales and stuff, like paid $40 for them for that and all the seed plates. That's a steal. So they're just hanging in the building in case I ever need them for anything. But for $40, I couldn't turn them down. Anyways, I do like the Earthway push planter. It is aggravating if you have trash or cloddy stuff in your garden. It's very aggravating to push. But if your soil works up kind of like the soil in this garden, very loose, that Earthway planter right there is kind of hard to beat. That house planter is great. And if that house planter is in your budget, that's probably the one to go with. But if you're on a budget and you need a good planter, a good push planter, these right here probably ain't gonna let you down. I also bought the extra seed plate kit for it too. I don't even remember now which one of these come with the extra. I know that popcorn plate is part of the extra seeds. I'm looking for one now to plant my peas with. Those are for jumbo peas. Yeah, that's like lima beans and stuff. Where is it? That's not it. Yeah, here we go. Small beans and peas. That's what I was looking for. Really simple to change out the plate in these things too. There we go. It just locks in place. Look at there. All right, and we're gonna go 36 inches in between the 2 rows of peas. So like I said, the hoe handle itself is 48 inches, but then I also have a little, very unnoticeable mark right there, and that represents 36 inches. And those are the 2 row spacings that I use in my garden. So I always, as long as I've got this hoe here, I don't have to carry no tape measure or nothing like that. Oh, one thing, this end of the garden is hard as a rock. I guess that'll work.
There it is.
Is that all?
That's all.
Bye.
You leaving?
Yep.
All right. Well, there we go. My help's run off. The cool, fun stuff is over. No more swinging a knife. All right. So now, at this point, I have a little over 9 cups of these whole strawberries. This was almost a gallon bag worth of strawberries. Like a gallon Ziploc bag. I've got just a few left. So I'm going to say this is roughly a gallon of strawberries, I'm thinking. So now I'm going to try to mash these things down. So we're going to mash them down so I can get my lid on here. So when you're making the strawberry jam this way, you're going to have to gauge sugar to juice ratio, and I'm going to show you what I mean. But first, I'm going to do my chop button on here. And at this point in the process, you pretty much do this the way you want it. What texture do you want your strawberries? It's like that with any kind of cooking, really. It's the way you like to eat it. And so now I know what I'm looking for. I like the smaller chunks of fruit, but I still like chunks of fruit. So I'm not going to completely puree it or anything, which you could totally do if you wanted to. But I like a few little chunks of strawberries in mine. And this right here, I usually get questions on my food processor when I use it. It is a Ninja 9-cup food processor, y'all. I bought this thing several years ago now. I think they've got a brand new and improved version of it floating on the Amazon. I don't know, but yeah, that's what kind this is. It works for what I needed to do. That's looking pretty good. All right. Show y'all up close here. Alright, you can see there we've got really small chunks of berries in there. Now, this has got measurements on it, so that's what I go by. 6 cups. I've turned this into 6 cups of fruit and juice. So we need 3/4 a cup of sugar to every cup of berry / juice. So we'll do that 6 times. 3/4 of a cup 6 times. Y'all help me remember that. Yes, that's a lot of sugar. This is not sugar free. This is just the way I make it though. I don't know. I've never tried to make it with any of the sugar substitutes, so I don't know how that would be. So yes, it's got a pile of sugar in it, but if you don't know, most of your jams and jellies do. Alright, let me get my sugar in there. Get this in here before I forget how much supposed to be. Alright, let's count on. I think that was 6, if I'm right. Now, I'm just gonna get that all mixed together. Then we're gonna crank our heat up. You want this in a deep pot. You don't want this mixture right here to come up to the top, because when it gets hot, it's gonna start coming on up through here. I'm gonna cut my heat on medium high. I'm gonna throw in just a little piece of butter. It's gonna help that foam in a little bit. If you're familiar with making jams and jellies, they get a little foam on them, but that's all right. That'll just help with that a little bit. And now we're gonna let this, once it comes up to a good boil, we're gonna let it go around 15 or 20 minutes or so. You're gonna kind of want to keep it stirred right regular, because it'll go trying to stick to the bottom. So, yep, we're gonna get this going.
There's my Hoss organic fertilizer. I think I'm gonna give this a try. So even on corn, I typically don't use organic fertilizer because corn likes that instant burst you get from regular synthetic fertilizer. But you know what? We just planted 3 rows of corn. I've got this. What better time to try it? I think I'll sprinkle a little bit by my peas that we just put out too. Hopefully that bag is enough, but if it's not, I do have a couple of extra bags. This stuff smells just like that other stuff. I assume it's probably made out of about the same thing because the ratio is pretty much the same. Now I'm not going very heavy with it. I am just putting a light coat down each row. So there it is. I guess I'm done with this garden right here for today. I do have enough room to get probably 2 more rows of something right there. So kind of undecided on what exactly that's going to be. I do know some okra will be going in at some point, but I don't know what else. But that's it for today. And I would like to mention that if we didn't have such a promising looking chance of rain, I wouldn't have fertilized this stuff yet. I would wait for this stuff to start popping up and then fertilize it. But anyways, I need to go out here and do the same thing to the tomato plants we planted in the other video. And I think as far as the garden goes, that'll be it for today. Y'all see that grass? Yeah, we've had a little bit of rain, but that still gives you an idea of just how dry we really are. It ain't been enough to make that grass come out. There they are. All tomato plants is taken care of. Fertilizer and gypsum by them. And then I also put gypsum by Jacobs. See it there, but you can also see where he's watered them. As far as fertilizer goes, Jacob is using his homemade concoction, which, to be honest, I don't even know what all's in it. I do know that it's got some comfrey that he has let soak in some water. But there's other stuff in it, and I don't really even know what's in it. Something he's come up with. And I think that's awesome. And I'm going to tell you that right now, his tomato plants are already looking better than ours. Look at those. They look pretty healthy. And in there too, those all look good. I think it's awesome that he's trying to do his own thing like that with fertilizer. Of course, he's on a much smaller scale than what we are. However, you know, he's starting it out right. And if he can continue to do what he's doing at this young age, then who knows what he can do when he gets older. Because at the moment, other than the seeds that he bought to plant, you know, he's got zero investment in fertilizer or anything. So I just think that's awesome that he's doing that now at a young age. Me personally, and nothing wrong with this, but I was brought up using synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, the whole 9 yards. But he's trying to do it differently, and he just wants to see what he can do with it. And the older I get, the more I lean towards trying to do things organically, the best I can. But in the end, kind of the way I see it is it all grows food, and that's our main goal, is growing food. But I do think it's awesome that Jacob is doing what he's doing. And maybe sometime soon we'll take a look at what all's in his fertilizer. Because like I said, I don't even know. It's something he's come up with on his own.
All right, we're getting ramped up. So it'll take this around 15 or 20 minutes. And I will show y'all how we're going to check and see if it's ready. I also want y'all to see, now that we've got good and boiling, how much that has come up, how close that's got to the top. So I just wanted to make sure you saw this is why it's very important that your juice mixture is only taking up about half of your pot, because once it really starts boiling, this is what you're going to get for a little while. Alright guys, we got about 3 minutes left till we hit 20 minutes. So test number 1 to show that we're getting pretty close. It's actually reduced quite a bit. I don't know if y'all can see just now the lines on the pot, but I'm going to hold this up out of the heat. And you can see on my fork there, can you see where those two, it tried to drip after it cooled and it's kind of set up in between there? So it's already starting to gel. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to let it go the full 20 minutes. Then we'll do one more test just to be sure this is going to set up like we want it. So, I mean, it is a little more time consuming doing it this way, because with Sure Gel, what you got to let it boil like a minute, I think. So you do sacrifice time. You can make more jelly with Sure Gel using less amount of strawberries, because it doesn't reduce as much as letting this just boil really hard for 20 minutes. The strawberry flavor just shines through though, and I assume it's because it's so cooked down. I have got a cold plate here. We're going to test this one more time. As you can see, I've already tested it one time and did not hit the record button for y'all to see. So this plate has been in my freezer, and this is how I'm going to test and see if my jelly is going to set up. I can actually already tell it's going to set up because it is setting up on my spoon as we speak. You can see there. So let's look at that after it sits on that plate for just a few seconds. Can y'all see that? How that has turned. And I am perfectly satisfied with that. So now that little bit of foam on top, I'm going to get off. That is not a have to, but I don't like the texture of my jelly with that foam in it. So I'm going to get that off. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is probably going to blow some of y'all's minds. But when I'm making jelly, I heat these jars up in the oven. So what I'm going to do, actually, is these are going to stay in the oven as I'm filling them up, and I'll get them out one at a time. I just wanted to show y'all that these are sitting on 200 degrees in my oven, waiting on my jelly. Now, they're clean. I've already washed them and everything, but I want my glass to be hot when this goes in there because I do what's called the open kettle method. It's not recommended. Follow USDA guidelines and such. This is just the way I do it. I ain't telling you to do it this way. But I heat these jars up. Everything needs to be really hot when it goes in. And I had a lady tell me to do this, heat my jars in the oven. Don't let any moisture get anywhere around your jelly and it'll keep longer. And I have done that for several years now and it holds true. So I laid out, I did 8 jars because I can't remember how many this makes. And this will set up, after it cools completely, it will set up much more than what you see here. Make sure that lid is on tight as you can get it. If you're aiming to do it like this, I'm going to the next one. There is one step that I just realized that I forgot for these 2 jars. They'll be fine, but give it a splash of vinegar or lemon juice. So I'm going to do that right now. That just increases your acidity a little bit and may help it set up just a little bit better. So now that's in there, it'll be fine. Oh, it'll be all right. These first 2 jars, it'll be fine. And see, it's so hot right now, I can't touch any of this. And that is exactly what you want. Alright, so that amount of berries made 6 jelly jars, and the taste tester just
walked in.
just decided to show up. So 6 jelly jars from that many strawberries. So I have to remember that. It's a little bit hot, so just get you a little bit.
This is my favorite.
Just, yeah. What don't
It just dripped.
hold your hand under it. It's still hot, so it ain't set up yet. Oh, it's on your shirt.
Golly! Well, it's good.
Is it?
Even if it is messy. Let's see if I can do it again without making a mess. See, I didn't know how hot it was going to be.
I literally just put it in there.
It's not really that hot, so I was scared I was going to get burnt. That's why I was just holding it there, letting it cool. That's good.
So it'll be alright, you think?
Yeah, I believe it will be.
Alright. So what I'll do with this jelly is it'll sit here just like this, upside down, for 24 hours when it completely cools, and then I will take the rings off and store it, right way.
Yeah, right side up.
Yeah, sitting on the shelf. So, like I said, do as I say, not as I do. That's just how I do it. But, yeah, I guess that's probably going to about wrap up today's video, though.
I think so.
Yeah. I got supper in the crock pot because it's going to be a super busy evening with things that don't even pertain to the video.
Yeah.
But, you know, some days are like that. But anyways, guys, hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Hope you might have learned a little something until we see y'all in the next one.
Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one. I might have to fix you a piece of toast anyway, mightn't I? That's just enough for you, a piece of toast.
It is just enough for me to put it in the refrigerator and that'll go with supper.
Okay.